Hello, everyone. It's Lisa with Ink and Inspirations, and welcome to our Thursday at 3 live, coming to you from Southeast Texas. Come on in and say hello and let us know where you're watching from. And we'll get started in just a minute. I'll wait to see if everything is okay. If you're online and you can hear and the lighting is okay, let me know. I'm not sure I want to craft with that underneath me today. So I'm going to move my glass mat and we'll get started here in a minute. So hello, welcome. I hope everyone is having a great holiday season. I am going to see if I can get to the comments and see if anyone can say, hey, Kathy, hey, Debbie, thanks for tuning in. Okay, we are going to get started. So if you're watching the replay, thanks so much for being here. I try to go live on Thursdays at 3 on both my Facebook business page, Ink and Inspirations with Lisa Brown, and on my YouTube channel, Lisa Brown Ink. So welcome and come on in, and we are going to get started crafting for the first session after the holidays. No, actually, I think we did something. I can't even remember the last time I went live. So anyway, I hope everyone's doing well and Happy New Year to everyone. Okay, there are a few things I want to go over with you first. So I'm going to put it on the big screen here so you can see everything I'm doing. On January the 7th, which is next Tuesday, the new mini catalog and celebration brochure go live. So we all get excited for a new catalog, right? And so this is a special time of the year with celebration, and super excited to get it going. I love the new products that we have to work with. And so let me get over here. I know I probably sound far away. I'm back now though. Here is the celebration brochure, which there are products in here, exclusive celebration products that you can earn with a $60 purchase. Okay, so it's a $60 purchase year to earn. Oh, I don't think I'm supposed to be showing the inside of that yet. Okay, sorry about that. I can only show the outside. Hey, Pam. So here is the mini catalog. I can show you the cover and the celebration brochure that has some awesome products in it. Okay. All right. So there we go with that. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you would like a catalog, just leave a comment or email me at lisa@inkandinspirations.com. Let's see if I can get this up here where you can let me know if you need a catalog, okay, and a celebration brochure. So that's coming up next Tuesday, and we'll be working. You'll start seeing lots of new things from me and excited to share with you. So next, I want to talk a little bit about the scrapbooking workshop kit, Reindeer Memories, okay? So last week, I had a special Facebook group and a live putting the Snow Day scrapbooking workshop together. Now, if you're not familiar with these, Stampin' Up! Has done a renewal of our scrapbooking product line, and along with different cardstocks and supplies, and we're going to have another addition to that product line coming up also on January the 7th. And all of that is going to be available to see in the online exclusives in the online store. But this is still available. So I am going to be putting this together, cutting it out, assembling it in a special private Facebook group. So if you'd like to be part of that group, purchase this from my online store. There's the link up there. Take a screenshot of that bit.ly/reindeer-christmas-scrapbook-kit. That's where you can go to my online store, purchase this kit, and join us as we scrap along together. Or you can just watch and put it together later when you have photos or when you're ready to do it. Okay, so that's the Reindeer Memories scrapbooking workshop kit. Everything is included in here except for like scissors and adhesive. that you need to do 3 beautiful 2-page layouts. Okay? All right, not too late to join. You might not get your kit in time to participate with us in the live, but that will remain so that you can watch it at your leisure and put this together. Okay? All right, so that is next Monday, the day before the new mini catalog goes live. Okay? Let's see, what else do I want to tell you about? Okay, so, the January host code. Okay, so January host code is if you place an order in my online store, less than $150, use that code, and I will always send a thank you to you, and that helps me to earn prizes and rewards to send out to my customers. Okay? All right, let's see what I can do here. If you are not on my mailing list, that's where I send out the first news about everything before I post it on my blog or Facebook or anything. So, and I also send exclusive project ideas. Okay, so sign up for that, take a screenshot for that. And when you sign up, you also get a free online card class just for signing up. Okay. All right, let's see if I can get started here. I'll leave that up another minute. So today, okay, we've gone through Christmas, we've gone through our New Year. So the next card making big event, rather than let's say birthday, we always need birthday cards, we always need thank you cards, thinking of you cards, is Valentine's Day. So I want to show you the Hearts of Elegance bundle, which is what I'm going to be working with today. This is an online exclusive. So what that means is there's a certain section of the online store. Okay, let me get over here so I can see comments. Hey, Patty. Hey, Cindy. A certain area of the online store called Online Exclusives, and there are products within that that are only available online, and this is one of them. So it has Valentine's sentiments, but it can be used any time of the year. I like this To and From, which I'll be using today. My heart belongs to you. Love you. Sending lots of love. Those are all good for other than Valentine's. The bundle comes with the stamp set and these beautiful heart dies, and these cut out the flower and the stems. Okay, and then you have some standalone dies that you can also use, okay, for your crafting. So today's card is what I called a classic card. And when I say classic, I'm talking about clean and simple lines that's easy to put together, and that you can use different products and the card's going to look different every time. Okay. All right. So we're going to get started, and then I'm going to try to remember to share something else at the very end that we did at our team meeting. All right. Okay, so here's a card we're going to be making today. It's got some beautiful marbled Elegance designer, specialty designer paper. You see the gold in that? It is so pretty, but it's just simple, a very simple background, but yet it makes such a pretty card. So let's get started. All right, to start with, I have some cut pieces, and I've got those marked. This is a 5.5 by 8.5 piece of real red cardstock folded in half, okay, for our card base. I have a piece of basic white 7/8 by 3.25. I chose this to use for my sentiment piece. And then I have 2 other prints of that designer paper, which this one is the marble side. That's okay, Lynn. You watch your Georgia Bulldogs. Okay. And so I've got this, and it's the flip side of the other. See, oh, no, it's not. This one is one, and it's got a flip side with real red mottled print. And then this is a heart print with a pink or melon mambo marbled look. Okay, so we're using 2 of those, one at 2 and by 4.25. The other at 1 3/4 by 4. Okay, so we've got that. Plus, we're going to use some die cut pieces that I've already die cut just to save a little bit of time. We have this one cut by one of those beautiful dies. You see that beautiful leaf pattern there? It's gorgeous. And then I'm using another little heart that I think I have in here. I'm going to grab it. Yes, this one cut, and it's got the little dots around the edge. See that? So pretty. Okay, so we're using both of those. So you'd need scrap piece of cardstock for that. And I'm also using our red and white baker's twine that was introduced in the holiday catalog. That just goes very well with this group of products. So let's get started here putting it together. Okay, so we have our card base, 5.5 by 8.5. Okay, then I'm going to take the larger of the two pieces of designer paper, which is this 2 by 4.25, and I lay out my pieces, okay, on my card base before I glue them down. So here's this larger piece, and then I have this one that's a 1/4 of an inch more narrow and shorter. And I just kind of play with them. I'm going to take my Post-its off so you can see. Okay, I play with them on the front of my card until I get a look that I like. Okay, so in this collection of designer papers, I think we have every red in our product line. If not, it's close. So it's got Real Red, Cherry Cobbler, Poppy Parade, okay? And then for the pinks, we also have Flirty Flamingo and Melon Mambo, okay? So we have all these pinks and reds going on, so you can mix and match as you please. So say you don't have Real Red cardstock, look for another red or a pink that will go just as well, okay? So when I put these down, I'm looking at the space between the top of my card base and the top of this larger piece, and the same here. And I try to get that kind of equidistant. I do not measure, okay? I'm using the eyeballs to just get it to look pleasing to the eye. If it's not exact, it's okay. Hey, Kristen. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and glue one piece down at a time. I do like this one overlapping the marbled piece. Okay, so I'm going to pick that up, and I see that I have a little bit more space here than here, so I'm going to remember that, get some liquid glue, and we'll go ahead and put that down. So did everyone have a good ringing in the new year day yesterday? I know we've been watching lots of movies and football. Okay, I'm going to put that here, remembering that I have a larger space at the bottom and about 3/4 of an inch on this side. That's just guesstimating, okay? So I'm lining that up here with this line across on my desktop, and then I'm ready to go. Now this one comes a little lower, overlap, and let's see. I think I like that, so I'm going to go with it. So when I'm designing and doing this and placing these pieces, I will tell you that none of my cards are exactly alike, okay? Especially when I'm doing this method where I'm just kind of doing what's pleasing to the eye instead of measuring. Okay, so I like that. Okay. All right, so now we're going to work on building up from there. So I know I want to use these two hearts. Okay, so what I did is I looked over here, okay, and put that way. I knew I wanted to angle them or this way, okay. So I think I'm liking that white against this red, okay. It really stands out and pops. So we're going to put some of that on some adhesive on the bottom of that, but before I glue it down, I'm going to see where I want to place this and make sure that I like how it looks. And I do here. So before I glue, again, I'm going to take this sentiment piece and decide where that's going to go. So it can go down here where it's covering all the bottom of these two designer paper strips. So I think I want that to show at the bottom. So I'm going to slide this up. Okay. I'm going to stay on the designer paper, but yet this is going to go here because I want the bottom of at least this designer paper to show. Okay, so I'm liking that. So let me go ahead and start gluing. So I have found with this particular die, with all these little intricate punches, okay, that using either glue dots or Stampin' Seal Plus was holding it better than the liquid glue, okay? So I'm going to try the Stampin' Seal Plus today and see how that works for me. It took me several applications of liquid glue on the back of this to get it like I wanted it. Okay, so I'm pull this up. I know I want this angled. It can extend some beyond the edge of the designer paper, and I'm going to push it down right there. And that seems to be holding nicely. This one is going to go over top, angled to the left a little bit. And I'm going to use some dimensional adhesive to put that down. So here are some of the mini Stampin' Dimensionals. I think I'm going to use 3. One there, here, and then one toward the tip at the bottom. And then we're going to put this at the top. Let's see. Okay. All right. How do I want to do that? Do I want to cover that tip a bit? I think I'm going to go like that. Okay. Don't overthink it. Just go with it. Okay. So we've got that down. And so now I'm going to stamp my sentiment on this piece. Now, I do that, and then I decide if I'm going to banner the edge or snip the edge a bit to just give it some interest. So what I do is I stamp toward the middle, okay? So this is 7/8, and the reason it's 7/8 is because I measured this sending lots of love stamp, so I knew I would have enough there not to cut off any of the letters. I tried with a 3/4 of an inch piece, and it was too short. It cut off the loop. So I think I still have it so I can show you. Okay, so you see how it cut off the bottom of the F? And I was afraid if I went too far to the top, it would cut off part of that. So I decided just to cut this a little bit taller or wider. So it's 7/8 of an inch, okay? So let me get my real red ink pad. Kristen, it was quiet there on New Year's. We had quite a fireworks show, which it's not legal to pop within the city limits here, but you know, it happens anyway. And I have to say it was a pretty spectacular show. I mean, way to go. It was, I enjoy it. I enjoy watching it. Okay, so let me look at this. I want to double check. Oh, that is 1 inch. Okay, so I'm going to cut it down. This one, I must not have, I put the wrong slip in here. And I want to show you how I got it on 7/8 and hoping that works. That's what I have to cut it at. So let's go with this. Okay, that was cut at 1 inch, which I have a lot of scraps in my drawer that are 1 inch tall. Okay, so let's go ahead, and this is going to work just fine. It's where when you cut it like just tall enough or wide enough, you don't have a lot of white space on the top and the bottom that you have to deal with, okay? And when I say deal with, it's like sometimes if you have too much white space, I want to fill it in with some stamped images or borders, and then it gets to be too much. I'm letting that dry a little bit. Y'all know red. Okay, so now this is going to go here, about like that. But I think I'm going to banner cut this in like I did on the original card. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip up about 1/4 of an inch, maybe a little more, because I have some room on the end, and then I'm going to cut from the corner to the tip of that center cut, and then again. All right. Just like this. Okay. So I think I like it lined up over here with the edge of this paper, or I can offset it. Nope, I like it like this. So let's go ahead and glue that down. And when I finished that, and when I was working on the design process, I thought, okay, I need something over here to anchor it on this left side. So that's when I decide to put on the twine, the baker's twine. Debbie, we were in Groves, here at the house in Groves, and I bet there was quite a show there. I mean, for here, it was just like, for every direction we looked, there were those big exploding fireworks in the sky. And I know the bad part about it is it does scare the poor little pups, the dogs, but I sure do like to watch them. Okay, so I'm doing a loopy bow. Did y'all see what I did there? Loop, loop, and I'm pinching it in the middle there. I'm hoping it's not too big. I think the loops are too big. Okay, so I'm going to start over and do smaller loops. Okay, so I want a little bit of a tail there, so I'm going to make a loop. It might be too small. Bring it again, and I just hold it between my thumb. You can also use reverse tweezers if you want to, but I find when you're making these loopy bows, you need to be able to maneuver it a little easier. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to get some ribbon scissors here. Okay, so let's see. Do I have some reverse tweezers? I do. So I'm going to pinch this and grab that in the center. Okay. And then I'm going to cut another piece. Be pretty generous with it so you're not saying, why didn't I cut that piece bigger to tie this? And I'm going to knot it off in the center here. So I'm just going to turn this around. And I have done this without the reverse tweezers. And you got to hold your mouth just right. Let's just say that. Okay. So even if you don't have the need to make Valentine cards for either your significant other or, you know, grandchildren love receiving Valentines, so, and children, you can still use the hearts when you're sending heartfelt sentiments to someone, and we need to reach out and do that. I've got to get some cards out in the mail soon. Okay, here we go. I'm going to trim this off, and I have some spare there. And again, I don't like the tails too long on this particular one, so I'm snipping them off just from prior experience with the sample card. And we're going to put this here, and I'm going to use a mini glue dot and see how that fits just perfectly there. Okay, let me see. I have a paper piercing. I ordered me a new take your pick tool. So I'd have one for here in Texas as well. Okay, so I like that. Okay, super cute, right? Okay, and so, you know, I decided I'd walk you through the process and the thought behind the design. And so I didn't finish the inside of the other card, but I think I want to do this one. And so what I'm going to do is I got a 4 by 5 1/4 piece of basic white. That's going to go there. And I think I have some stamped pieces here and some scrap cardstock. So I think I could do that. And I have this that I trimmed off the other. So let's see. That's about right. So let's see. I think I'm going to put that up there. Come down here like a bottom border. Okay. What do y'all think? Heart on top, heart on bottom. What do you think? Thank you, Pam. I'll go ahead and glue this in, and y'all can tell me heart on top, heart on bottom. And we'll do that. Okay. Little dots of glue. Heart on top, heart on bottom. Anybody have any top? Okay, Patty. We'll do it. Okay. Bottom maybe. Okay, so we have 1 and 1. I think I liked it a little bit with it at the top, so I'm going to do that. I kind of like this, using this as a kind of bottom border. And I'll do my other one in the reverse, okay? Let's see how we like this. I'm going to put that right in the center. There's the inside of our card. Now let me see if I can find another piece of basic white. And I can go ahead and do the inside of the sample card and reverse it. Okay. I messed up on this. Look, I have 2 hearts on the inside of, flowers on the inside of this one. Just so happens I have another heart. And we'll do this. Okay. So we can see, and then you can decide how you want to do it. Right? All right. Let's put this at the top. So even though this marble piece has mostly pinks in it, it still looks great with the red. Okay. I'll put that off to the side there, like this. Okay. So, lady's choice, top heart at the top or heart at the bottom. Okay. Now, well, I left little stones or gems off of this card. And I'm trying to decide. I'm thinking I want something right in the center of this red heart. What do y'all think? Let me see what I have. Maybe something in gold if I have it, to bring in the gold foil. Thank you, Patty. Yeah, I think they both look good. It's just, what you're feeling that day. Okay, so let me see. I have a hodgepodge of gems, and they're kind of all messed up. Let's see what I have. The peppermints wouldn't go well. Okay, I'm looking for something that's kind of gold. Oh, look at this. These iridescent foil gems. Look, I have 2 little ones there. Let's try that. Yeah. Don't y'all think? Just needed a little something, but not too much. Okay. All right, there's our card. And now we're going to make a little treat bag. In my club the other night, I had some little treat bags. I'll show you. I still have one because one of my ladies wasn't here. And we made this little treat bag. Hey, Narisa. We made this little treat bag, and it has like a one of these in it. Lindor chocolate truffles, okay? And so I made a taller version today so more treats could fit inside, but this is just secured with the ribbon tied around it, okay? Isn't that cute? I was telling my club that, you know, I know you have paper that you can do this with, and Debbie, who's watching or was watching, she said, that's a great way to use 6x6 paper. I said, yeah. So I made one today using the full 6x6 piece of paper. Okay, so I cut a piece of this marbled Elegance. So let's see if I can get my act together here. Let me show you. I mean, look at that. Okay, cute. Room for more in there. Could even fit a little gift, like a little bracelet. That, you know, a little, not a wire bracelet, but something that could fold up. Earrings. Basic baker's twine to give to someone. Hey, Deb. I figured you were still there. So anyway, I thought this would be cute, like for a classroom gift or just to give your coworkers. Okay, so let's make it, shall we? I think I'm going to reverse the paper. What did I do with the paper? Here it is. Right where I need it. Okay, so I have my Simply Scored, and I have this 6x6 piece. So for this bag, I used this marble side. I think I'm going to put this on the outside. Yes, Debbie, a charm would be nice too. Okay, so here it is. This is a 6x6 piece of paper. We're going to score it at 1 3/4, 2 3/4, 4 1/2, and 5 1/2. Then we're going to turn it and score it at 1 for the bottom. So if your paper has directionality, okay, you want the 1-inch score on this side to be over here to your left. That's your bottom, okay? This floral print does not have direction as a direction. It can go any way. Same with this piece. But, you know, sometimes like we might have the little houses, and you want the houses to be going, you know, where you can see them going across, okay? All right, so here we go. And I'm going to do this at 1 3/4 of an inch. 2 3/4 of an inch, 4 1/2, and 5 1/2. Okay, then we're going to turn it to what will be the bag bottom and score it at 1 inch. Okay, there we go. So we're going to do the floral on the outside this time. Let's get our bone folder and give these scores a good burnish. Always helps when you're doing a 3D project to really give these a good burnishing. So these colors here, I believe, are Melon Mambo and Flirty Flamingo. Two of our beautiful pinks. Okay. Okay, so now we can trim. So what we're going to do, we can see the score lines better on this side. I'm going to cut off this narrow rectangle formed by this 1/2 inch score and the 1 inch score. Okay, actually that was at the 5 1/2 mark. So let's cut up. Okay, and then we're going to cut up to that 1 inch score on all these other score lines. Super simple. Okay, so we are going to, let's see, I wish I had my silicone craft sheet handy, but I don't, so I'm going to try not to get glue on my desktop. I cleaned this desktop the other day, and it had so much glue on it. But y'all know Miss Mia likes to be over here, and I can't blame it all on her. I get glue on my desktop myself. Okay, so here's the back where the seam is, where the join. We're going to put in the 2 side tabs, then the back tab, and then we're going to close it over with the front tab, and that's the only one you need adhesive on. Okay, there you go. And so now you have, you know, a tall box bag, okay, or you can take this, pinch in like that, and make a closure at the top, and it's really neat. It makes it kind of gusseted up here at the top. So let me see if I have my hole punch handy. Okay, I'm not going to fill it up with anything yet. We're going to go ahead and do the closure though. So you can take this and punch a hole in the center through all of these layers. Okay, then what did I use? I didn't have any Flirty Flamingo or Melon Mambo, so I'm using Pretty in Pink, and it looks just fine. I put it through, fold it, go up with it, and I decide about how long I want these tails up at the top, and then I know I'm going to trim them off, so let's go ahead and do that at an angle. Okay, then I like to take some either baker's twine or linen thread, and this is a closure because it's going to hold these 2 tails of ribbon together. Okay. Okay. And then just pull it tight, okay? And so that's going to hold those 2 together, and it'll be the closure. Then you can tie a bow where it can be untied to open it up, and then retied if they want to close it back up, okay? So what else do you think might could fit in here? Debbie said a charm. I said candies. Little tea lights maybe. If you know someone that's does embroidery or cross stitch, you could put cross stitch thread, or what do you call that? Gosh, it's been so long since I cross stitch, I can't even think. Embroidery floss. Thank you. Embroidery floss. So anyway, see how cute that is? Now we're going to decorate the front. And so here's the seam in the back. So I know this is the front. And I have a die cut piece. I used the floral on the other one, but now I'm going to reverse it and use that, the marbled piece. I have my 2 From stamp, some Melon Mambo ink, and one of the medium-sized die-cut hearts. And we're going to stamp To and From. So I thought this would be cute, you know, if you're giving it at the office or make a classroom set. So what I do for Mia's usually is if I do From, I don't do To because they just pass them out. It's kind of like a backpack treat when you send treats for the different holidays. And so I'll just do From, and then she writes her name, Mia. We did that for Christmas. So I might be performing stamp surgery on this. And what that means is, you see how the To and From are on the same stamp? If I just want the From, if it's going to make it easier on me, which it would, I just cut it in half and use the to and the from separate, aka stamp surgery, right? Okay, this is Melon Mambo ink. I'm going to come over here as far as I can to the left, come down a little bit. I want to leave room to write names either to the side or beneath. Okay, so a name could go here and a name could go here. All right, so it's a little tight there. That's why I'm thinking if I cut these two apart, then I could just put the from over here and you have all this space, or she has all this space to write underneath. So I'm going to put that right there, and I'm going to use the other die cut heart on the reverse side and put that right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to use a strip of Stampin' Seal Plus and put that here. It can extend beyond the sides, but you don't want to come too low because then it won't stand up. Okay, and then this one is going to go right there. And you could put a gem on it if you wanted to. With little, for kids, I don't. Okay, I like it to look cute, but you know, usually sometimes when you have a whole bag, a set of 20 to 25 of these, some of those gems could get knocked off with kids and backpacks and stuff. So rather than not serve their purpose, I got a little adhesive right there. Okay, so there is that. Cute, right? Okay, so keep that in mind if you need some little Halloween, I'm not going backwards, Valentine treats. I'm going to close my ink and then I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what I did for my club Christmas party. So, you know, my club orders from me each month, and in return, they get some projects that we do together. And for December, I usually try to do something a little bit different, and I have little games and stuff. So this time what I did for one of our little activities is I took like 3 different collections of designer series paper and I cut pieces apart. Some of them were like 4 by 5 1/4, like you could use on a card base, you know, cover up most of the card base. And some of them were like little strips pieces or things you could fussy cut out. And then I had very neutral card bases, white and crumb cake. And then I had some stamped thank you sentiments, which you'll see what I mean here in just a minute. And I had some embellishments and ribbon that I put in the middle of the table. So they had a few seconds to pick out what they wanted, what they thought they could put a card together with. And I want to show you the beautiful cards they came up with. And these will be posted on my Facebook page, probably maybe on Saturday. And you're going to be able to vote on your favorite. Okay. So I told them I was going to do that. So I thought that would be fun. So anyway, let me show you what they did. And I mean, they had 20 minutes. And I think, what was it, Debbie, Narisa? Y'all were through in, yeah, less than 20. 15 to 20 or less, and they did a great job. So here is one. I'm not telling you names because you're going to be able to vote anonymously on this. I mean, look at that. Okay, designer paper. I told them they could only use 3 gems. She chose this thanks. I had like thanks, and you'll see different kinds of thanks and thank you sentiments, but I thought that is a gorgeous card, right? The Zinnia paper is all sold out now, but I had a lot of it, so I wanted to see what they could do if someone would pick it and use it, and she did. All right, then I have this one, and I love it with this. This is the, oh man, perennial lavender designer paper was carried over into the new catalog. And those are 3 different prints from that collection. And then she chose the round thank you sentiment. And then she didn't use ribbon. She used a strip of the solid or almost solid piece of designer paper to go across the center. Beautiful. Let's see if she did something to the inside. Yep, she put a strip on the inside of this one. Yep, look at there. I told them I was so proud of them. Okay, look at this one. Same perennial lavender paper. And she chose, this is wild wheat, but look how good it goes with that design. I mean, those colors. And these are all the same paper, but no, I think this one with this little crosshatch, I think that is from this paper, zinnia paper. And there's the 3 embellishments, and look how she used those corners. Huh? Awesome, right? Yeah, I'm telling you, they did great. Okay, and then we have this one. Nice. That background, this is from the Regal, from the holiday catalog, and it's just, I love those colors. And then there's a strip, solid color strip across. The 3 gems she chose there go very well with that, and she used one of the circle thank you sentiments. Isn't that pretty? And look, see the bases, white, white, crumb cake, crumb cake. And then we have this one using that same perennial lavender. Look how awesome this is. It looks like 3 pieces of designer paper there, but this is one piece there, and then this accent strip. Look how it's just like an inch on this side and left the majority over here with the sentiment to go over that. Just spot on. I love it. And 3 gems there with this lavender zinnia. I think that's the zinnia paper. I think. Okay, and then for our last one, this one, they love this perennial lavender paper. I do too. I had a bunch of it. This punch is a different thank you. See there? And look, this strip is accented by an almost solid piece of the grape and background and on a white. So aren't those awesome? Didn't they do a fabulous job? I was so excited. So excited because it was like, it's like, what do I need? What do I need to grab? And just great choices and just really, really pretty. Okay. All right. Great job, club. Great job. Okay. So now let's go back to our projects for today from the Hearts of Elegance suite. It is in the online exclusive. I do have the link in the description below the videos here. Make some really pretty cards and just something fun to be working on before I can get into and show you some of the new stuff from the new mini catalog. I love these heart dies. They're gorgeous. So anyway, if you have any questions, let me know. I am going to be live in that Reindeer Memories group. It's a private group, so you can't get in it unless you purchase the kit. And then you can be there, and I give you tips and tricks, and if I make mistakes, I show you how to fix them and all of that. Okay, so it's worth your time to just do that and join that group after you purchase the scrapbooking workshop kit for Reindeer Memories. We will be getting some new scrapbooking workshop kits beginning Tuesday, and I think you're going to love those too. So let's see. Let me know if you need a catalog. And I should be live again next Thursday at 3. And maybe another couple of times during the day, because I'm going to use next Thursday as my mini catalog kickoff day, where I show you some different things and we'll just have some fun crafting together. Okay. All right. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is Lisa Brown with Ink and Inspirations, inspiring you to create, share, and make a difference. Take care. Bye-bye.